Everyone has a story. Some written by circumstance and others by a choice. Some tell of misfortune and others speak of victory. But can someone's story be changed? Are each of our lives being written in a separate, unrelated way, or do our stories intersect and combine to create a collective story? It was to this end that Pastors Roger and Yvonne Gregg decided that a difference can be made.
God first started speaking to us when our domestic worker Jane came to us and said she could no longer work for us and needed to go home. In a space of about 2 years, she had lost numerous members of her family to AIDS. And so began our visits to a little community to visit her, a community that was out of sight and behind hills. On our last visit to her, after she'd been diagnosed with TB, we sat holding her hand. And once again, I sensed God saying to me, "Yvonne, what about the children?"
Armed with a vision of bringing change, the Restoration of Hope Board was formed. This vision took the form of a children's village after visiting Watoto, a children's village in Uganda, and meeting with founders Gary and Marilyn Skinner. During that time, everyone was unaware that a baby boy named Andile was celebrating his first birthday in a tiny shack deep in the KwaMashu township.
It was in 2008 that we bought about 30 acres of land in the Shongweni Valley. It's amazing to think that nothing had ever been there before, and God had kept that piece of land for our village from the beginning of time.
Little did they know that on the 10th of July 2008, a 15-year-old girl gave birth to a boy named Spatle. After only a few weeks, he was moved to a children's home as his mother simply couldn't look after him. In 2009, the project was officially named Ingane Yami, the Zulu word for my child. Designs for the village commenced, and on July 26, the vision was cast to Kloof Harvest Church. The congregation donated an unprecedented 1.9 million rand toward the building of the village, allowing initial earthworks to start. Building continued throughout 2010. After months of working with social workers, it was in October that Ingane Yami first heard about Andile. After visiting him and the elderly couple he was staying with, they knew he was destined for the village. During 2011, the first 3 homes at the village were finally completed, and Ruth was interviewed about becoming a house mother. Ingane Yami also had the privilege of hosting the Watoto Children's Choir during their South African tour. After visiting the village, the choir decided to donate profits from a special show toward the project. It was amidst all this that Ingane Yami learned that Andile had been rushed to the special needs unit in the Durban Children's Home after being left to fend for himself. January 2012 saw Ruth officially becoming the first house mother, moving into the village with her 2 sons, Ntogo and Ombongeni.
The official opening of the village was such a significant moment, not only in our lives, but in the journey of Ingane Yami. A few weeks later, our first 2 children, Andile and Spatle, moved into the village, where Spatle celebrated his 4th birthday. Words cannot describe how we felt on that day, and of seeing a dream become a reality.
Ingane Yami started weekly meetings for members of the surrounding community, building into their lives personally and spiritually. Soon, the building of a further 2 homes and a community centre will be completed.
Ingane Yami is truly a place of hope and love, a place of new beginnings and of purpose. It has been amazing to see how God has helped us along our journey so far, and we are so excited to see what the future holds for us.
We are Ingane Yami, and this is our story.